at B&B cleaned up. The time is now 5 o'clock, and I call this meeting of the Finance Committee of the Flint City Council to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett is not in. You have 2 members present.
We have 2 members present. We will conduct business when we have established quorum. Madam Clerk, the time is now 5:07 and we have established quorum. Could you please read the roll?
Mr. Alamin?
Present.
Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat? Present. Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
We have 6 members present.
We have 6 members present. Reading of disorderly persons, city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meeting. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I have 2 add-on resolutions from the administration. Ms. Snyder is passing them out now. One is a resolution to award a contract to Ace Saginaw Paving Company for paving roads in an amount not to exceed $2,748,570. And the second one is a resolution to NYE Uniform Company for uniforms for the City of Flint Police Department.
Okay, I will order those without objection.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I object.
Okay, there is an objection. So we'll take them one by one. Madam Clerk, is there discussion on these agenda changes?
The rules don't address it, so I would imagine you could have a discussion.
Okay, so we'll take the first add-on, which I have is to Ace Saginaw Paving Company. I guess I'll entertain a motion to add that to the agenda.
Madam Chair, just for clarification, if we make a motion to add to the agenda, we get to discuss, correct? I make a motion that we add, which add-on was that? I'm sorry.
This is the Ace Saginaw Paving Company.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I make a motion to add resolution, and this is going to be add-on number 1?
Yes.
Resolution add-on number 1, resolution to award contract to Ace Saginaw Paving Company for paving roads in the amount not to exceed $2,748,570.
Is there, and it's supported, it's been moved by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward. Is there any discussion?
Madam
Go ahead,
Chair,
Mr. Jarrett.
This is the ACE, and the primary reason for my objection is the timeliness in which the resolutions are brought forward. We have an established deadline that resolution should be brought forward. And then when I look at the resolution, I'm seeing staff review going back to mid-July. So I really I'm having difficulty with the fact that this is happening too often. It's entirely happening too often, and I am not going to continue to give the impression that I'm okay with it by just accepting it without objection. So when come to vote, I will be voting no on adding this on and having it then go through the process and be part of our next committee meeting that should take place the second week or the first week of September.
Okay.
I
thank you.
yield.
Is there anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, if we may have someone come speak to this resolution really briefly.
Is there anyone here who couldn't speak to this resolution? Is there anyone here from the administration who can speak to this resolution? Apparently, there is not one.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. I yield.
Anyone else? Anyone else in the first round? Anyone in the second round?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
I do want to say, I do agree with my colleague that there is an established deadline, and that we've
Here comes
actually
Clyde.
had this conversation a few times about the established deadline. And if there was someone here who could possibly answer some questions as to maybe the urgency or why it was given after, that might have been able to help with my vote. But if there is no one who can speak to the resolution and why it is just now being sent, or if there is an urgent matter, or if this will in some way impede any work that we're trying to do, I am going to go ahead and yield the floor for a second time.
Okay, is there anyone else in the second round? Go ahead.
To Mr. Edwards.
Mr. Edwards, would you please come up and address this resolution to Ace Saginaw Paving? This is the second round. We only have 3 minutes.
Mr. Edwards, is this for paving that has already been completed?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to, because I just walked in, so you'll have to tell me which one you're talking about.
We're talking about the resolution to award contract to Ace Paving
Correct,
for
okay.
$2,748,500.
Yes.
So this has already been done,
No, this is a new contract.
and this is to pave what?
It should have it should be attached, the bid and all the various streets that are being proposed were in the bid, and the bid was attached. I was under the understanding that it was attached to the resolution.
Yeah.
Request for information.
What's your request?
Is it a fact that we just received this packet and have not had time to review to know what streets are being paved?
That is true. Okay, thank you.
Is there any other discussion in the second round? Any other discussion in the second round? I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to agree with my colleagues. I'm always going to add it without objection, but people have the right to object. But we do have a deadline, and we have been stressing this for years, 2-3 years, that the deadline is the Thursday before the meeting. And for us to get it again on the day of the meeting, a lack of planning on your part does not necessitate action on our part. So I'm going to vote no on this as well. Madam Clerk, roll call to add on number 1 to the agenda.
Mr. Alamy? Dr. Lewis?
Abstain.
Mr. you must-
Ms. Johnson?
No.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns?
No.
Ms. Mashat? No. Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
No.
The vote is 0 yes, 7 no, 1 abstention.
That vote is 0 yes, 7 no, and 1 abstention. Our next add-on is add-on number 2, resolution to NYE Uniform Company for uniforms for the City of Flint Police Department. What is the pleasure?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to add-on number 2 to the agenda.
There's a motion by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward to add-on 2 to the agenda. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward. Any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Is there anyone who could, if I may, is there anyone who, through you, could speak to this?
Is there anyone who can speak to this resolution? And this is for the uniforms for the City of Flint Police Department. Is there anyone who can speak to this resolution? Seeing no movement, there is none.
So again, Madam Chair, and I want to be perfectly clear with both of these resolutions, because as I had a chance to read this as my colleagues were speaking with the first resolution, there are actually streets in the 7th Ward that absolutely need to be paved and that are on this list, and I would like to have gotten it ahead of time, and I wish someone would have been present when I had the floor so that I could ask some important questions and see maybe if there was a reason it was only given to us today, if there was maybe an urgency, that a payment that needed to happen in order to move forward with the pavement of these roads. And then the same with the officers' uniforms. I do have a few questions that I would like to ask as to the urgency, because one thing we do want to make sure is that our officers are properly uniformed in comfortable uniforms. And so, seeing how there is no one who is here that can speak to,
Oh, there's someone
look
coming.
at that.
Yeah. Come on up.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good, good. And so this is the resolution to NYE Uniform Company of Uniforms for the City of Flint Police Department, which we did just get this as well. So I'm going to try to do this in real time with you, as I only have about 3 minutes left. Do you know how many officers we're purchasing uniforms for? Is this just overall for all officers?
It's for the ones that need repairs and then any new officers coming on.
Do we know how many need repairs? And again, if it's already in here, I'm sorry, I just received this.
We do not. It's not in there because we don't really know. Sean Poole has worked with the vendor and they brought the cost down per officer about $1,000. But we don't, they tried, I think there's like 5 to 6 in every recruitment. So there's 12, but then that doesn't count like the other officers there's bringing in. But I did not know that was an add-on. So when you guys said add-on too, I had no clue what you guys were even, so that's why nobody came up at first. So, 'cause I
Right,
thought
and
this
so
was gonna
we
be
do
on the
not
next
have a
meeting.
number that this amount is covering, because this is 100,000. So do we know how many new uniforms we will be purchasing, and then how many uniforms we will be, I think this says patching up?
Yeah, it's like they sew on their patches and whatever else. Yeah, no, we do not.
We do
don't
not
know.
have a number?
No, it's like, it's been going up each year.
Okay.
The vendor did lock in for 3 years for us.
Okay.
But this year they won't lock, they won't continue for a 4th year. So each thing was going up about $9. So each pair of pants or shirt did increase about $9. So that's why this year we brought it early. Last year we kind of brought it a little bit later. They ended up using, so this will be the 3rd year we're estimating that they're going to use the whole 100,000. In the last 2 years they have used the whole 100,000 for the officers.
Right, and I know with this particular one, I'm a little bit more inclined, only because I have talked to a lot of officers. I know the shape that a lot of the uniforms are in. I also know the process of them, if they happen to rip their pants or something of that nature, or have some sort of accident or some sort of tear related to their responsibilities. The process that they have to go through to get a uniform is basically finding another used uniform that actually fits them. And so I do want to make sure that the officers have what they need to be able to complete their duties. So with that, I will be a little bit more inclined to add this one on, but I'll yield to my colleagues.
Yes.
Is there any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Any discussion in the second round? I'm going to take my time and just say that I've never turned down anything for the police officers. And although I'm looking at the dates, things were signed, and they were signed by August 6th, August 12th, and then August 14th was last Friday, which was past our deadline. But that's not, the other resolution was signed August 14th by everybody who approved it. So that was well past our Thursday deadline at noon. So, and because I have never turned down anything for the police officers, I will vote to put this on the agenda. But to the administration, this isn't gonna happen every time, we're done.
Yeah, me and Clyde were talking, we didn't know these were being added on today. Well,
Okay.
I didn't, like, when I looked at my emails, there was nothing in there that mentioned this.
Requests for information.
Yes, what's your request?
Was it the administration's intent to have these as add-ons today, or were they turning it in for the next committee meeting? What was the intent with this?
Mr. Edwards, could you answer that question?
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
so these two additional items were received after the deadline at 4:30 on Friday, so I did not add them to the agenda. I did speak to Mr. Edwards to let him know that I would be bringing them from the floor.
Okay,
So,
our-
today.
And as we have stated several times, no add-ons, no additional agenda items after Thursday. We've communicated that with the administration as well as to our city clerk. So-
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Once again, request for information or something, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how to
Yeah, go
talk to you. We do understand that some things do happen and they are urgent, but again, that's why it's imperative that the administration arrive on time as well, because with the paving, there may have been a reason we might have needed to add that on tonight, but we didn't have that. And then with this, again, I'm not sure of the intent, but I do know that the officers are in dire need of uniforms.
Okay, thank you. This is the roll call to add-on number 2, resolution to NYE Uniform Company for uniforms for the City of Flint Police Department for $100,000. Madam Clerk.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
No.
Mr. Alamin? The vote is 6 yes, 2 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 2 no. That will become add-on number 2 and added to our agenda. Are there any other requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Any other requests? Any other requests? Seeing none, it's now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box will be placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only 1 speaking opportunity per speaker. Madam Clerk, who is our first public speaker?
The first speaker is Eaton Sawyer, or Sawyer Eaton, Eaton Sawyer.
Make sure to bring that down right into the mic. There you go.
Hello, my name is Sawyer Eaton, and I am here to speak on the behalf of the Burston Fieldhouse. I have been boxing for 3 years, and what I can say about the Burston Fieldhouse is in 3 months at the Burston Fieldhouse, I have accomplished more than I have accomplished in the other 2 years. Let me think for a second. 2 years and 9 months that I have been boxing. The Burston Fieldhouse is an excellent place for boxing and other sports that I know of. Boxing there has been a true change in my life because before then, I was not a good boxer at all. Like, I say that so truthfully that it's crazy. My stamina has increased, my strength has increased, speed, everything. Technique is a huge thing, and I fully support the Burston Fieldhouse because it's a really cool place. And then another thing I'd also like to comment on about the Burston Fieldhouse is it's a very good place. Like, if I'm older, I'd send my kids there because they don't cuss when there's kids around, they don't use any type of profanity. It's a very good family environment for kids to learn sports, and I believe academics, is that right? I believe academics as well. Any questions?
This is your time to talk to us. We don't respond. We just listen. Yeah, you can, we have questions, we can ask you during the special presentation too, if you're going to be here for that.
I probably won't be here for this.
Okay.
Got to get home for dinner.
Thank you. At least you have dinner to go home to. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Madam Clerk, who is our next public speaker? Yeah, you can sit down. Thank you. Or go home to dinner.
The next speaker is Duncan Beagle.
Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me okay? All right. I'm Duncan Beagle, retired circuit judge, and I'm proud to be here in front of the Flint City Council this afternoon. I love talking about Flint's history. Recently, I went back to see what the trends were during the decades. Some of you may not realize it, but during the 1920s, Flint's population increased 64,893 people, largely due to the automobile industry and so forth. Now, let's fast forward to 100 years later. This is the 100th anniversary of the Mott Foundation. It's the 100th anniversary of the Genesee County Courthouse, which will be celebrating their 100th year in September. The Capitol Theater is now 99 years old and will be celebrating their 100th in several months. Some of you may remember Haskell Community. Back on June 23rd, Flint's Haskell Community reopened after years of renovations. The City of Flint and community partners raised more than $400,000 to complete renovations to this 101-year-old building that we sometimes forget about. As a proud member of the Police Activities League, I've seen activities out there recently, from football and lacrosse to cooking classes, tutoring, and library resources. Several years ago, back in, many years ago, let's put it, 1999, I received a call from the late mayor, Woodrow Stanley. City at that time had severe finances, and he talked me into being the chairman of the Atwood Stadium Authority, to which my first response is, what the heck is that? He said, well, you've been complaining about the stadium, so I guess you and your buddies can find a way to raise money to keep it open. Stadium was closed a couple times until Kettering University took over ownership in 2015. How old is Atwood Stadium? It was dedicated in 1929. Now, you might ask, why am I getting into these kinds of things? Well, I'm proud to say I was born and raised in Flint, became a third-generation attorney and a circuit judge, and I'm now enjoy giving my time back to the city of Flint to make it a better one. 2 years ago, I was invited to serve as a cabinet member for the Burston Next 100 campaign. And as many of you know, Burston has a storied legacy of bringing the greater Flint community together dating back to 1923. Everything I've discussed about these buildings are all 100 years old or more. As an avid sports fan, I've been to the Burston Fieldhouse on several occasions, both as a player and a spectator, and more recently driving by seeing the expansion take place. I would not have gotten involved in this project had I not seen what their mission was. The mission of this project, building on Burston's legacy as a unique place for individuals and community enrichment through education, athletics, the arts, and community service. I've seen that, and if I thought for 1 minute that they weren't following that mission in their meetings and what they've done with construction so far, I would have been deeply disappointed. You know, with the ongoing conflict in our country today, as well as some people might argue here in our own community, I often say to my friends when we're discussing the issues of the day, I'm glad I grew up when I did, and I would not want to grow up in today's environment. However,
I
what
hate to cut you off.
responsibility do I and other people my age that care about Flint, what responsibility do we have? Well, I know that there are requests before you related to Burston, and I can tell you this much, from the other facilities I've talked about and how far they've come, Atwood Stadium will be having a soccer classic, I think Friday. We're bringing in a couple teams from outside Flint. We're having our 9th annual Vehicle City Gridiron Classic. In late August, we've got 3 teams coming from outside, coming into Flint. Let them know it's not as bad as maybe they've read about. But I think what I'm mainly here today is you have some requests before you. And I just want to say, as a concerned and hopefully a dedicated member of our community, that this is indeed a beacon of hope and of achievement, where all members of the community are welcome to attend. And I've watched our leadership within this campaign invite ministers, people from suburbia, to see what's being done. So you may have financial requests before you, and I recognize there may be differences of opinion, but I hope you'll realize that this is an important facility. It's something that's going to benefit the entire community, and I would strongly encourage you to keep supporting it financially.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Please note that we'd only get 3 minutes. Thank you. Go ahead, Madam Clerk. Who is our next speaker?
The next speaker is Andrea Jones.
Hello, everyone.
Please speak into the mic. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to clarify, this isn't just about Burston, correct? This is my first time ever being here.
Yeah, go ahead. Just move it closer to you so that you can speak into
This
the mic.
isn't just about Burston, correct? I can speak
Correct.
about what I
Anything
want?
you want.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can we pause for time?
Yes, actually, reset that time, please.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
If you make an announcement, because I don't think they understand this is public speaking and not specifically the Burston item, but that they will have more time when we get to the Burston item or the Burston discussion, because I don't think they realize, like, this is public speaking and there's a time limit on it, and this
Correct.
isn't the Burston
Thank you
discussion.
very much. Yes, this is public speaking. You may speak on any topic for 3 minutes only during this time. We do have a special order. I think it's for 20 minutes. I'd have to double check. Later on at the end of the agenda where you can, where additional people can speak on Burston. Go ahead. Anything you would like to speak about to us for 3 minutes?
Okay, good evening. My name is Andrea Jones. I'm here tonight not only as a concerned resident and advocate, but someone who believes if we're going to talk about the problems in Flint, we also have to be responsible to bring solutions. Tonight, I want to introduce Free Smiles. Faith, resilience, excellence, strengthening minds, inspiring leadership, empowering souls. Free Smiles is about more than identifying what's wrong in our community. It's about showing up and doing the work. I'm developing community-based solutions involving youth mentorship, neighborhood improvement, public safety, resident leadership, employment and apprenticeship opportunities, family support, healing, and partnerships. One of those solutions is a block transformation pilot. The idea is simple. Start with a neighborhood, listen to the people who actually live there, identify what they need, develop resident leadership and block captains, connect young people with mentors and opportunities, improve the physical neighborhood, bring partners to the table, and then measure whether what we're doing is actually working. Forgive me, you all, I'm nervous. I'm not standing here saying I could do it all by myself. I'm asking who is willing to work, because we've done enough talking. It's time to start putting solutions into action. But I'm also standing here tonight as a daughter. My family has been trying to get answers about what happened to my mother's Section 8 housing. The Flint Housing Commission has referenced a notice of termination dated November 27th, 2023, allegedly effective December 1st, 2023. We did not receive that notice. More recently, I received the email from the Housing Commission stating that the termination notice and other documents were attached. They were not attached. I notified them that the attachments were missing and asked for documents. So when I say I want somebody to look at records, I also mean help us obtain the records that are still missing. I want to know why my mother wasn't properly notified that her Section 8 housing was terminated. When was she notified? How was she notified? Where's the documentation establishing that she actually received the notice? Was she informed of whatever? Was she informed of whatever hearing, appeal, or review rights she had? And if the proper procedure was not followed, what remedy is now available to her? I'm not asking anyone tonight to make a decision without reviewing the evidence. I'm asking for something much simpler. Help us get the case in front of someone with the authority to examine what actually happened. So I leave you with 2 requests. First, who is willing to sit down with me and seriously discuss Free Smiles and the Block Transformation Pilot and how we can start putting solutions directly into our neighborhoods. Second, who will help my mother get an actual review of her Section 8 case. Thank you and God bless.
Next speaker is David Peachy.
David Peachy, the East Side. I'm not here to put down Burston Fieldhouse and them, but you know, I'm a little tired of seeing them get all the money. You got Hassel, $500,000. Burston Fieldhouse, you have to find a different way of supporting that place with taxpayer dollars. We have an east side, we don't have none of these things that you've got in that area over there. And I don't think it's right. I think you take, I belonged to the YMCA for 30 years. We pay a membership every year to keep the place going. Why can't they do the same thing instead of relying on our tax dollars? You took $1,700,000 out for St. John Street Memorial Park, which out of the funds and out of the ARPA fund again. All this money is going to one area. And where I live, and you know it's right, it just isn't being improved. And it's our money, it's my money, it's taxpayer money, going to the same places all the time, and nobody else is saying a word. And I don't blame them because they're getting the benefits. But we have kids where I live too that can't go to soccer games, can't go to basketball. We have they're scared to go to a basketball area because somebody beat them up or steal their basketballs. That's how bad it is over there. They don't report a lot of the crime from the east side, and I'm not putting the east side down. It's just the way it is. We have a lot of immigrants moved in over there lately into these rental houses. We have more burned out houses than probably any ward in Flint. And you know I'm right on that. And nothing's being done about it, but yet we can take $1 million, $2 million, $6 million and give it to people to have recreation fun, and I'm not against that. I'm against me paying for it. And there's no reason you can't find a different way to pay for this. You got members, and I know how Burston works. Not how it works, but I know it does a lot of good. We used to box over there from the east side when I was a kid. But we can't keep throwing money at it. Is that co-op still going? Is the co-op still going? Are we still paying for that too? No answer? Anyway, I just like to see a little bit of that come our way. And you have to figure out a different way instead of giving taxpayer money to support these places. And I'm not against the work they do. I'm just against us paying for it all. Thank you.
Next speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, I'm R.L. Mitchell. For the record, about this police raggedy uniforms, I'm glad you made the decision to give the new police in uniform before the federal people keep talking about it, messing with them, and about this transparent situation in Flint, about $400,000 transparent to buy some salt from Detroit, and we the people are proud to have transparency like that, just like the marijuana boys over on St. John Street, but like you say, the YMCA it's been tore down after the woman bought it for $1 million. I mean, for a couple of dollars and paid her $1 million to tear it down, and people's like that, just like the DDA woman quit her job and went and won her candidacy, talking about she gonna take care of us, we peoples in Flint, but you gotta be transparent. It's like you taking stuff in the back room, don't want to be transparent with we the people. Like the MTA messing with people's downtown, getting in all of their, talking about retired. I ain't got my retirement. They're asking me how much They're getting all in my mix talking about, what come you ain't got, how much money you getting on your retirement? I say, I got 38 points, I need 40 points. And they act like they wrote me a letter talking about come on it, doing all that stuff, messing with people's stuff. Because you say one thing, I say I'm a senior citizen, they say no you ain't. And fooling with grown-ups like me, and that's just like they did when I was going to train to box Muhammad Ali at the YMCA. They didn't allow me to use equipment there. Now it's towed down like it wasn't even much there, the YMCA. And Burson Fieldhouse, you start a project and don't finish it. And all that filibustering around. Think we the people appreciate that junk. Just because we ain't saying nothing about it. Now he, like the 9th Ward Council, he finally speaking up, talking about giving us up, that Miss Priestley giving us up, them late forms and like we okie dokies and Flint like the, but that's all right. Miss Burns will take care of it. Tick-tock that, New York, and stay tuned. We Flintstones gonna invent another wheel. Yabba dabba do. Take that.
The next speaker is Tamia Pierce. Tamia Pierce.
Hello to all of you. Hi, I'm Tamia Pierce. I'm from the 2nd Ward. I don't have a prepared message. I just would like to say thank you to Jonathan from 9th Ward from coming over and speaking to me, and Miss Tanya Burns from speaking to me, and Miss Rita for greeting me when I walked in. This is my first visit with you all. I'm your neighbor, your resident, and I'm family. So I look forward to what you guys are going to do moving forward. I just say, let's get active as a whole. I don't really have anything to say. I'm born and raised in Flint, Michigan all of my life, from a little girl to an adult. I've been in and out, and I love Flint. Flint is going to be phenomenal again. You all are a team. We your teammates. And I look forward to what y'all gonna do going forward. And congratulations to all y'all for having this opportunity to stand before Flint, Michigan, Genesee County as a whole. And y'all do y'all best and keep y'all integrity. Thank you. Let's get active.
Next speaker is Beverly Biggs Levy.
Hi, my name is Beverly Biggs Levy. I am running for the 3rd Ward as a write-in candidate. 7th Ward, last week you made a comment on the good job that the 1st Ward and the 3rd Ward is doing. That puzzled me because neither one of them would be able to fill Eric's shoes or Quincy's, because I remember a time when we had grass growing up and all you had to do was call Quincy and he was right there. Somebody on Philadelphia and North is going to have an accident, and it's going to be real serious because you don't want to cut that grass down or trim them trees. But you are over in the 2nd Ward, 3rd Ward person, trimming trees, cutting grass, but you sitting in the 3rd Ward seat. You basically not doing the job that you taking on for the 3rd Ward. And I always say that if you're gonna do the job right. Leon, it's sad because You lied on an affidavit. You still sitting in that seat. They will not make you step down. And you think what you're doing is right, and it's not. You got $300,000 for Flint Park and Martin Luther King that now is on the demolition list. You think it's funny. You're a thief, you a liar, and it's sad. You are a thief and a liar. And you sit around thinking that it's funny. It's not. This is not a laughing matter. You guys gotta wake up. You five foolish, because that's what you are. Y'all are doing the things that are not supposed to be done. You're only going for what the mayor wants you to go for, but the mayor cannot run the council. And one day you guys will wake up and see that. Your council people run your ward. And if you don't take up for your ward and your people, you just as guilty as everybody else that's stealing and taking things away. Liddell, I feel sorry for you. You got to run up between you and LaShawn. But if I had to be in the second ward, I'll vote for Jesus. Have a blessed day.
Madam Chair, that was the final speaker.
Thank you. It is now time for council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers, only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who would like to address the public? Councilwoman, 7th Ward, or 6th Ward, excuse me.
Thank you.
I can't count.
That's okay, that's okay. I'm in between 5 and 7. So first of all, thank you everyone who has come and shared your hopes, your promises for a better future and a better time for Flint. It is important. I'm looking forward to the discussion for Burston, because I think Burston has touched everyone. I know it's touched me and my children as they have spent their time there with dancing, and even their dad boxed at Burston. And so there's a rich history in Flint, and we have a responsibility to preserve it. In our other centers, it's important. We can't talk about crime and talk about issues with our children and not provide a safe space for them to be. We have to. Just simple as that. And Mr. Peachy, I don't know if there's anything that's in your ward that has come before us for us to support. So if something is brought before us to support, then by all means, speak with us. We're willing to engage in dialogue and conversation and help support that. Every part of Flint is important. It's not just these sides of town, but it's the east, north, south, east, and west. It's important, but nothing has come before us. And with the St. John's, I don't know if you know when the DNR was here, that's with the state of Michigan. It was through eminent domain, through where they went through properties where black communities were, and they dismantled them. And so that was from funding from the state of Michigan, the $1 million that came, because it was something that was done wrong that should have never happened to that community, also in Detroit. So that's where that came from. But if something comes before us with your side, because yes, you're correct, we do need to have things on the east side. I'm in agreement with you on that. But we also have to preserve, we also have to have people who are willing to come forward, and I'm not in your ward, but I'm willing to have dialogue with you to see what we can do for the children on that side also.
Anyone else?
Madam,
Councilwoman in 5th Ward.
thank you, Madam Chair. First, I would like to thank all of the residents for coming out. Thank you for, coming up to the podium with your insight. Thank you for being engaged in the process. I would like to thank Mr. Former Judge Bingo. Thank you for that history lesson on all of Flint's rich history, and the buildings that are more than 100 years old. Thank you for that. It was very informative. I also want to thank Ms. English and Mr. Nelson. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to tour Burston, and I think it's gonna be a wonderful place when it's all complete. And I'm looking forward to the discussion on Burston today. I got a little teary-eyed yesterday when we stepped into the Brian B.B. Nolden building, and I was just touched, you know, just standing in that building and thinking about my friend, my childhood friend. It touched me. So I'm you know, looking forward to the discussion and everything that we can do here as a body to help with the Burston initiative. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Councilwoman in the third ward.
I'd like to thank everybody for who came out today. I did just hear what Ms. Beverly Biggs says, but it takes a community to help. So anytime any one of my residents call and ask me to cut anything, I am more than willing. When they call, I come. I've cut Saginaw Street, but I did hear you said Philadelphia and North, and that's the street that you stay on. But you're also running, so you can also help us get out there and cut the area that needs to be cut as well. And if you need help, me and my family would help you. Thank you.
Councilwoman in seventh ward? You've been reaching several times, so. Okay, anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Councilwoman in second ward.
Thank you. I would like to greet the second ward resident that was here. I see that she left. We had our monthly meeting that we've been having for the past 5 years, but we had a special meeting at the North Flint Food Market in the Gala Center, the one that Mr. Peachy was referring to, the neighborhood market that is owned by the community, proudly owned by the community. So much so that, you know, I went shopping at Kroger, right? And I saw that the North Flint Food Market, they had cheaper prices than Kroger. So I say that to say that regardless of what you think about the market, it being a money pit, it is a jewel in the community that's boosting community value, boosting self-esteem, and it's boosting ownership. And I would like to encourage you to stop by, become a member. But you don't have to become a member to shop. It's all about supporting the community. So let's not talk down about great things happening throughout the city. Just like Councilman Burns said, we would love to engage to see how we can be more involved in the east side. But I make no apologies for the great things happening on the north side because it's long overdue. So let's celebrate with us as we move Flint forward together in the best interest of our residents. And also, I would like to address what I heard Ms. Biggs Levy say. I am very glad that she's giving accolades to the Murphy family, specifically Quincy, because she was the one that had a recall against Mr. Murphy. So it was kind of mind-boggling to see if he was doing such a great job cutting grass, you went out of your way to recall him. So we got to make sure that we are having a balanced act. And like Ms. Johnson said, you know, when you're running, when you're in these seats, we're supposed to be community-minded. So do your part. Grab a lawnmower. Grab a niece, nephew, grandson, grandchild, child. Let's get engaged and get active, because doing what you're doing at the lectern is not moving Flint forward. Pushing that lawnmower, cutting Philadelphia North, that is. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I want to remind the council that we do have a special meeting that is posted for 6 o'clock start time.
Right.
Just to note that if council wanted to recess this meeting, and to also let the public know that if they want to speak at that meeting, they have to fill out a separate speaker slip, and those speaker slips are available right now at the back of the room. So I just want to point that out.
We will recess immediately after council response. Is there anyone else who would like to address? Now, would you like it, Councilwoman in the seventh ward? Okay, you're good. All right. Anyone else? I'm going to take my 2 minutes and address several things that happened in, that was discussed earlier. So, in regards to the Section 8 housing, and I think she's still there, that is all done by the Flint Housing Commission. Flint Housing Commission is kind of part of the city, and we give them money, but they are governing themselves. We have no oversight over the Housing Commission. I just wanted to let you know. Now, to Mr. Peachy, you and I have had several discussions over the years, and one of the biggest problems with the east side is that we don't have any public properties. We have, right now, we have one public building, and that is Potter School. That's it. Everything else is privately owned, either by a church or a agency or something. But there isn't any place for the city to put anything. As I toured Burston, and what was my comment? We need money in the fourth ward. I am a tireless advocate for our ward. Tirelessly. There's not a day go by that I don't talk to somebody. Right now, I'm trying to get more housing into our area, people interested in investing in properties to reimagine the fourth ward as a better place to live. And so far, the land bank has taken down 239 properties. I know for a fact that the city has taken down at least 5 with at least 3 more to go. And there's 36 more coming down by the land bank. That's a big change. There's still a lot more to go. A lot more. And I've talked to several agencies about funding for to add additional dollars to that. So I am a tireless advocate for the east side. The major problem is we have no public land. Thank you. That is the end of public comment, and I'm going to recess this meeting until after the special council meeting at 5:58.
Oh.
Motion to go into recess.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to recess until after the special city council meeting.
It's been moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the 3rd ward to recess until after the city council meeting. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Johnson? Yes. Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett? Yes. Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7. Thank you, and I would like to let everyone know if we could start that clock 2 minutes for them to fill out any speaker slips. All right, Madam Chair, if all council members could please join us on the dais. The time is now 6:03 p.m. I hereby call this special Flint City Council meeting to order. Roll call. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Present.
Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Wintry Carter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 8 members present.
We have 8 members present. It is now time for the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Council Vice President, Mr. Jonathan Jarrett. Thank you. At this time, it is time for the prayer of blessing. Is there anyone who would like to acknowledge a bereaved family at this time?
Madam Chair,
Councilman in the 9th Ward.
I'd like to request a moment of silent prayer for the family of Carolyn White, the White family, as well as the family of Joyce Talley, the Talley family. So the White and the Talley family.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Johnson.
I'd like to order a special prayer for the Cooper family, Tavon Cooper, and for Brenda Britt.
That's right. Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 2nd Ward.
Thank you. I would like to have a special moment of silence for the family of Davion Rashamir Coleman. That's Davion Rashamir Coleman, as well as the family of Mr. Andre Breon Moore. Mr. Andre Breon Moore, also known as Star. Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Seeing as how there isn't anyone else, I will go ahead and ask for a special prayer for the Young family and the passing of Terrence Young. Councilwoman Priestley has so graciously agreed to pray, if you will.
Heavenly Father, we thank you very much for the opportunity to serve this wonderful city of ours. Lord, we ask that you give us wisdom as we try to do what's right for this city and its residents for now and into the future. Lord, it's only by your will that we will be able to continue into the future and to help its residents. Lord, just be with us all, keep us together, and grant us your peace. Amen.
Thank you, Councilwoman Priestley. It is now time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. It is now time for public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box will be placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. First public speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is Don Eric Walker.
Good evening, everyone. I have a question, actually, in regards to tonight's resolution regarding Burston and whatnot. I just wanted to point out that I've been a member of Burston men's softball for over 30 years. Burston men's softball has played a huge part of my life. I had an aunt who used to fast pitch down there in the 70s, and have brothers who would play down there. My dad used to play down there, my uncles would play down there, and it would be a shame if we can't get back to Burston, to continue Burston men's softball. So my question would be that if the resolution passes, or if you all agree to accept the money from HUD, will that money be used to complete the project at Burston as outlined to us by Mr. B.B. Nolden, in that we would get a new field? There was going to be a field for a youth baseball and a football/soccer field. And everybody who's a part of Burston men's softball just wants to know, are we going to be able to go back to Burston? Because at this point, we're feeling like, maybe we're being socially gentrified out of this whole thing. So if you can answer that for us tonight, I would greatly convey that information to my colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Aaron Neely.
Good evening, Council. Good evening, Council members. I am here. My name is Aaron Neely. I'm here representing Flint Affiliation Basketball. Tonight, I'm not here simply as a coach, but I'm here as somebody who represents the young people in our community and cares deeply about what happens with the next generation. Over the past several weeks, we've seen far too much violence affecting our young people. This past weekend, a young man named Davion lost his life. Davion was somebody's son, somebody's friend, somebody's teammate, somebody's future. When we lose a young man, the impact is not just in there. It doesn't just end with the family. It affects their friends. It affects their classmates. It affects their coaches. It affects their teammates. It affects an entire community. It affects our children's mental health. I'm here today to ask, what is being done in response? What can we do, not as just the basketball program, but as community leaders, as religious leaders, as caring adults? What is the plan of action? What are we doing to work together? I don't care who is in the seat. I don't care what your title is. What is the plan? Where are the discussions being had? Where is that room? Is it here? And if so, what are we doing to get the people who care in this room collectively? Several years ago, I came before you all and we received a $47,000 grant to support the youth. I'm very appreciative for that and what you all have done. As I come before you today, I'm not just coming for Flint Affiliation Basketball, but for the other programs as well. We as a program are willing to work with anybody in this community in order to solve and to address what's going on with the youth. I'm asking the same from you as council. I'm asking that you work with us. I'm asking that we find a plan together. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Cheryl Thompson.
Good evening. How's everyone today? I'm just here to address, as a lifelong Flint resident, I believe in addressing community safety and the shootings taking place in our city. And I think it requires all of us to come together. I live in the 8th Ward. We've had shootings in the 8th Ward. I have property in the 1st Ward. and it requires all of us to come together. We cannot rely on a cookie cutter approach. Every ward, every neighborhood, and every block has different challenges, different strengths, and different people who can help create solutions. We have seen what Flint can do when we unite. All of us remember the water crisis. And during the water crisis, our community came together. We had churches, neighborhood organizations, nonprofits, businesses, residents, and volunteers step forward because Flint needed us. We wanted to save our community. Community violence demands that same sense of urgency and unity. The resolutions that I know that are before you today are important because they address two things our community desperately needs: safe spaces and safe places. But resolutions and programs alone will not solve this problem. The people who live in our neighborhoods must be a part of the solution. I choose to remain living in the city of Flint because I want to be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem of residents leaving. I believe we need to organize the ward, neighborhood, and even block level. We need residents sitting at the table with law enforcement, churches, schools, community organizations, our young people, our seniors, and city leaders. We need to listen to people who live there and ask, what does safety look like in your neighborhood, in our neighborhood? What do we need to make it happen? We also need places where our young people and families know they are welcome, protected, supported, and valued. We know that Burston Fieldhouse, as we've heard today, is a historical place and a safe space. It is where generations of Flint residents have gathered, learned, exercised, played, developed their talents, and built relationships. We need Burston, our churches, recreation centers, parks, schools, and other trusted community institutions to be a part of the larger network of safe places throughout Flint. Again, I stay here because I want to be in the part of the solution. I believe in this city of Flint. Otherwise, I would have left a long time ago. But I'm not. I'm not going to give up on Flint. I believe in our neighborhoods, and most importantly, I believe in our people. We cannot become numb to another shooting or accept violence as simply the way things are. Every life matters. We know we have to come together, and I believe that we can do that with the right people at the table, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
I'm R.L. Mitchell. Just like the woman said, we believe in we can make it. She really saying we can invent another wheel because we was an industrial city, Flint, Michigan. Talking about if the chief of police speak up, and every time somebody gets shot, he ought to speak up. He must speak up on the cameras and let everybody know what's going on in Flint. And with these drunken you ought to first start with the police gang. You got some wicked police gangs out there doing stuff that never be reported, catching people at night, walking home 2 o'clock at night, and then pulling pistols on them and try to make them get in their police cars, and you walk away from them, and they have the gun on you, and nobody even was addressing that. Real officers walk from Burton all the way from Flint, 3 o'clock at night, then he gonna come up there and telling somebody, open the door, somebody, hey, sir, get in the car. I said, man, I turned around and walked away from the guy. Ought to address that junk. Want to get check that one police who did that junk, and then you can deal with this drunken killing round, these kids killing each other, all that junk. Like going to the park over on Jefferson's at nighttime. I walk out there at night, think I'm out there in the woods by myself, and all of a sudden you see somebody walking towards you with a light in the bushes, with one of them big old rifles, and nobody, right down on my Cookie's Taco House at. All that junk talking about you ought to stay out of the woods, sir. I advise you not to go out there drinking junk on neighborhood watch. There ain't nothing. All the neighborhood watch in Flint ain't nothing. You got that? You're drinking just like Grand Blanc ain't nothing. Drinking junk Like 10 cops out there done the same thing, asked me for my identification just for walking out. I reached for my wallet, all them pulled guns on me. And they told me, I advise you now, come out here no more. You stinking junk. Nobody addressing that junk, and that's why drunken nerves getting killed, or whatever they is. And nobody like Miss Priestley sitting up there talking about ain't got no property in our neighborhood on Delaware Street too. Walking over at 3 o'clock at night to keep that donkey off my street. Only Julio speaking up. A coattail officer. Whoop that drunk. Hey, stay tuned, New York. Keep on looking at, because Tanya Burns is going to invent a new wheel for Flint. Because the mayor bonehead downstairs ain't doing nothing. Got that? All right, Mr. Pruse's message.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Pastor Greg Timmons, Sr.
Good evening, and thank you. Well, it's an amazing thing when I think about our city, the city of Flint, and the opportunity that we have to reach our youth. I'm excited to hear about Bernstein and what we're doing, Burston and what we're doing. I think that's awesome. One of the things that, and I heard the call from a few speakers of what is the church doing, what is the church recommending. Well, right now, Calvary United Methodist Church is working with Story Strong, and we're in the process of having a piece as a practice, teaching young children or young adults how to handle the pressure, the stress of conflict, how to manage it from themselves, and also how to deal with others, how to create an environment where even if there is conflict there, how do you manage it so that violence is not the answer, but that it is a way of being avoided, a way of avoiding violence by using our logic, by using your breath, things that you can do, your words. So this is the third week that we have of our program, Peace as a Practice. We're running the beta test. It's doing very well. It's being well received. And we anticipate doing more of this. So I look forward to having more discussion about this with the council and with also the community as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you stated that that was the final public speaker, correct?
Yes.
All right, thank you. It is now time for council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers, only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 2nd Ward.
Thank you. So I would like to address the gentleman about the field. So, we enjoy having you over there at our Bassett Park, but we understand that that was supposed to be temporary. So I am very interested as well to hear about the space that being carved out at Burston for you all. But I just want to let you know, although it's still 2nd Ward, if Burston just somehow doesn't work out, I would love to see how we can make Bassett your home and give you everything that you were supposed to get at Burston over there at Bassett, because you all bring such a lively atmosphere to that area every Sunday. Again, we know that's not where you all were intended to be initially, but your presence is definitely doing a lot and bringing a lot of positivity and family togetherness over there. So thank you for participating in the pivot and being so gracious as, we find out what happened. But I'm fully on board to support you going back to Burston, but if not, giving you all what you deserve, because you all have been there for years. When I was a little girl, my neighbor used to participate, Junie Fields. Absolutely, her, and I had no clue about the rich history. So we want to make sure that we keep the history alive, and if we have to pivot, I'm down for whatever you all is down for, okay? So we appreciate all the help that you've given us since we've been over there. So thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Thank you.
So we heard you. I hear you. We will stay in touch, and we want to continue to move Flint forward in a positive way that's good for everybody. All right. So thank you so much. But that's my time.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Councilwoman in the 6th Ward, I do want to remind the members of the public, while we do appreciate the conversation with the council during council response, we only have a limited time and we cannot do back and forth. But thank you ahead of time for your cooperation. Councilwoman Burns.
Thank you. And I want to say thank you to each and everyone. Aaron, I'm going to start with you. Aaron Neely, that was so very heartfelt. And I know you also grow vegetables. And you talked about your 2 daughters when you first came here and taking them. Grief comes in many different ways, and in our community, it's become our norm, along with gunshots. But you are correct. That young man was someone's son, someone's family member, and then love. Pastor Timmons, thank you for what you do over at Calvary, and what you do with engaging with the youth. It's so important, and it's time for our community to come together. I always say it's going to take the community to save the community, and we have got to get involved because gun violence is coming to our doorsteps, the end of our driveways. And Cheryl, thank you for coming and speaking up. Retirement didn't mean retirement for you. It meant you got active and you got busy. And that's something that we need because you have a skill set that we need to have that out here. It doesn't matter what our role is. It's very real that our children need us. My children are okay, but the younger generation, they're not okay. And when we look at what's happening, not just across our streets, we have to look at the issues with the water, the lead, the poverty. We have to look at what are drivers of crime. And conflict resolution is so important, Pastor Timmons, because when they get into fights, they don't fight like Burston. They would go down and get in the boxing ring. Now they pull out a gun with an illegal clip that will shoot 100 rounds or more, and they take lives. They don't care who's in the house. And so it's unintended people that are losing their lives. We got to come together. We have to, and we all have to do better.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward, you have the floor.
I also want to invite you to Kersley Park. They have a beautiful soccer field down there, and nobody's using it. So, and there are nets there. But I want to reiterate what Pastor Timmons said as a member of Calvary myself. In Saturdays in August for the pieces at practice is August 8th, 15th, this weekend, the 22nd, and the family finale is August 29th from 11 o'clock to 2, and that's at 2111 Flushing Road. So please attend that if you are able to. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Seeing as how there is no one else who wishes to speak during council response,
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Priestley.
On the finance agenda, we have a 20-minute special presentation by Burston to give us an update, but it's on our agenda today, and I know that our agenda changes are after the resolutions for Burston, and I'm wondering if you would order that we could bring that forward.
I'll order that without objection.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Clerk.
Because this was a special meeting, the agenda was.
It does say other general business.
Right, but that agenda changes.
Mm-hmm.
I would request that you add an additional change because there's a reason why we put that there on the agenda.
I did not catch that last part.
There was a reason why we had that changes to the agendas at that point on the agenda. If you move it forward and we don't do all the changes, then we won't be able to do changes after when at that point. We're trying to do changes at the end of the agenda. So I would request that you do an additional changes to add the Burston item, but keep the other changes
Yes.
on the agenda.
That was the intention. No, it was just adding the Burston discussion rather than having it in finance.
Councilwoman
bring it
Priestley.
forward. That was my intention.
Councilwoman Winfrey Carter.
Madam Chair, a motion is always in order. I would like to make a motion that we have the discussion, 20-minute discussion, or 20-minute special order for Burston Fieldhouse to come to us and do a presentation.
There is a motion on the floor to add the 20-minute Burston Fieldhouse discussion to this agenda. Is there support?
I support that.
I'll take the support from the councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Is there discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That 20-minute discussion has been added to this agenda. Moving on to the agenda items, are there any agenda changes or requests for changes of the agenda? Not yet. Right, but we have to move it up. It still has to be moved. It still has to be moved somewhere, and if you're gonna, it has to go before the vote, so I need any agenda changes. Councilwoman Priestley. There is a motion to put the discussion item before the resolutions. Is there support? Thank you, Councilwoman Murphy Carter. I'll take the support for that. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin?
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That discussion item has been moved before resolutions. Get the back of this to make sure I didn't skip anything. Moving on to, Madam Clerk, this is a special council meeting. There are petitions and communications on there. How do we handle it during this special council meeting?
So, because we do a consent agenda, you would just make a motion to place it on file, the petition and communication.
Right, because there is no consent agenda for this meeting, so we'll
Right,
just make,
so-
okay?
Yep.
We do have a petition and communication, number 260301, which is the communication from Charles Stewart Mott Foundation, Mayor Sheldon Neely, letter of support, funding to support the renovation of expansion of Burston Fieldhouse. The communication dated August 18th, 2026, from Ridgeway White, President and CEO, Charles Stewart Mott Foundation, to Mayor Sheldon Neely, a letter of support to the city of Flint as it seeks funding to support the renovation and expansion of Burston Fieldhouse. The Mott Foundation has already granted over $15 million toward this project and intends to consider an additional grant of up to $3.5 million as it aims to close the gap on phase 1 of construction, bringing the foundation's total support to $18.5 million. This letter is an expression of intent and not a formal commitment. What is the pleasure of the body? Councilwoman Priestley. There's a motion to accept the communication. Is there support? Moved and properly supported. We don't have to vote on it, do we? Oh, well, we do, because I did that, so roll call.
Ms. Johnson? Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
I'm sorry. The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. The communication has been accepted. Moving on to our first resolution, 26, Councilwoman Priestley. That is correct. Moving on to our special order, our discussion item for 20 minutes for Burston Fieldhouse. You ordered that discussion? Yes. If you, I'll turn the floor over to you.
Late last week, I had the opportunity to tour the updated Burston Fieldhouse. I've never had even been in it before, so it was very fascinating to see, especially the track. The old original track was very interesting to see. And so I felt that it was important for not only the rest of the council, but the members of the city of Flint, the residents, to see what the vision is, where it's going, what it looks like, and to learn more about what's going on, because they have received quite a bit of city money, and it's important that the residents are informed of what's going on there. So I would like to turn it over to our friends at Burston to go ahead and do their presentation, and when they're done, there will be opportunity for questions.
Can we get the dongle? We have a PowerPoint.
Well, while that's happening, I think I'll go ahead and start on our 20 minutes. Good evening, and thank you, council members. I'm Scott Jenkins, representing tonight myself as the Chief Operating Officer for Burston Fieldhouse. On behalf of our board of directors, our executive director and CEO, Mr. James Avery, our friends and administrators that's here tonight, I'd like to take this opportunity to truly thank you for this opportunity to speak tonight. I will have a number of individuals come up with me to present. I know a lot of you from my work in the community. I retired as vice president of Mott Community College after serving there for 20-some years. I've built numerous buildings on behalf of educational institutions here in the city of Flint and throughout various counties. It is my passion to make places like Burston a place for saving lives. I came out of retirement because I was asked to come out of retirement. Based on the work that I had done in this city all of my life. I really didn't know how passionate I was about Burston Fieldhouse until I walked in that building and I saw what was going on. Tonight, we will address all of the concerns that our community members had relative to what Burston is going to be. No, I'll start over. What Burston has been to what Burston is today and what Burston is planning to be as we move in the future. It's one thing that I can say. We plan to save lives. Tonight, we will present to you the expansion and the renovation project, and we will tell you how. In order to make something like this happen, you need champions in your community. This project has had numerous champions, and B.B. Nolan was talked about earlier. If we could find champions like that for every community, I think that no residents here would have any concern about what we're going to do in the city of Flint. And we want every community to know and every ward to know that we plan to expand our partnerships to assist and help every community that needs some help and assistance from Burston Fieldhouse. This is a passion of mine. When I went to Burston, we talked about Burston Fieldhouse. Since I worked at Mott Community College, we're talking about a campus. Just so you know, we plan to have a community campus. Tonight I have with me some administrators because fundraising is important. So I have with me tonight our fund developer director, Ms. English, and I have with us our construction manager, our liaison that's over our construction project, Mr. Larry Kohler. So LaToya, I'm going to call you up and have you do your presentation, and then we'll have Mr. Larry Kohler up to explain where we're at with the construction, and then I will come back to round us out.
Thank you, Scott. Good evening, council members. Thank you all for your support and for allowing us time to speak with you about the Friends of Burston, the ways we strive to serve our community, and to share an update about the renovation and expansion of Burston Fieldhouse. For more than 100 years, Burston has been a cornerstone of the community in the heart of Flint, where people come together to learn, grow, connect, and thrive. Since opening in 1923, Burston has served generations of Flint area residents through athletics, education, arts, culture, leadership development, and community service. For many families, Burston is a trusted part of their life and legacy, something residents have come to share a lot of pride for. The Friends of Burston is the organization that programs, manages, and operates Burston Fieldhouse as a community hub serving children, youth, adults, seniors, and families across Flint. Our mission is to build on Burston's legacy as a unique place for individual and community enrichment through education, athletics, the arts, and community service, with a vision to be a beacon of hope and achievement for the entire community. Slide. According to the McLaren-Flint Community Health Needs Assessment, Flint residents experience high mortality rates due to preventable diseases related to physical inactivity, obesity, limited access to preventive wellness opportunities, and more. Our residents deserve safe, accessible places like Burston to learn, move, connect, build, and thrive. Slide. Burston is providing a solution. In 2025, Burston welcomed more than 42,000 visitors with space and amenities dedicated to more than 20 programs focused on health, wellness, youth development, arts, athletics, and community enrichment. Our core programs include Creative Expressions Dance Studio, the Chosen Few Arts Council, and Smooth Steppers Senior Line Dancing. For athletics, recreation, health and wellness, the Golden Gloves and FWC boxing programs, open gym, basketball, Sensational Seniors Fitness Experience, weight training, the 40 and Up Double Dutch Club, Levels, Fitness, yoga, Tai Chi, and acupuncture services. And for our entrepreneurial and mentorship programs, the Flint and Genesee Small Business Support Hub, 100K Ideas, the new AT&T Connected Learning Center, and the Omega Lamplighters and Leading Ladies Youth Mentorship programs. We also serve the community during elections as a City of Flint voting precinct and via special events such as the Burston's annual Halloween candy giveaway, Clarissa Shields' annual turkey dinner giveaway and holiday toy drives, the annual Light Up the Night holiday tree lighting in partnership with FEM, the Share Resource Fair in partnership with Crime Stoppers, the Community Healing Resource and Job Fair, and so much more. These programs add to Burston's unique generational impact through improved health and meaningful social connections for seniors, and increased self-worth and confidence for children and youth, factors that represent positive change and a stronger community. Slide. Our collective work leverages the intersectionality of curiosity, self-development, goals, interests, and education to help people build stronger foundations for growth, maturity, resilience, and fortitude. And as part of that effort, the Friends of Burston has been working diligently to to cultivate collaborative community partnerships and sustainable donor relationships with people who share our commitment to helping more people thrive. And so far, the Friends of Burston has raised more than $24 million from our federal, state, and local governments, private and community foundations, and businesses and individuals to support the renovation and expansion of Burston Fieldhouse. Larry, thank you.
Thank you, LaToya, and good evening, council members. The slide that you're looking at shows the Burston project as designed by local architects, THA. At left is an aerial view of the Arts and Culture Center and the B.B. Nolden Center Field House. And at right, on the lower part, you can see a view of the new gymnasium, which has 3 cross basketball courts, a main NBA-sized court, and retractable bleachers that will seat 1,200 people. When the bleachers are retracted, the facility will be able to seat roughly 700 people in a gala event dining type seating. Slide. Expanding Burston Fieldhouse from a field house to a comprehensive community campus involves moving from roughly 34,000 square feet to a little over 80,000 square feet, and from 3 acres to 20 acres. The expanded site eliminated considerable blight in the 3rd Ward, and it will include, to answer the question, softball field, basketball, volleyball courts, pickleball courts, and a football, soccer, lacrosse combination field, as well as an outdoor amphitheater and on-site parking. LaToya mentioned some programs that are currently in place. She did not mention that we've identified over 80 programs that can be developed at Burston when the project is completed. Slide. Beginning with a vision nearly 10 years ago, through design and groundbreaking, construction began in November of 2023 and continued until we needed to pause construction in the middle of 2024. I already mentioned property acquisition and the blight removal, but let me just parenthetically say that I should note the fact that Burston has continued to operate its programs even while we are under construction, and we will continue to do so until we are complete. Slide. I'll turn it back to Scott.
We've been asked a number of times how we're going to sustain this project, being a small community-based organization. So as LaToya noted, we're deeply involved with grant writing and our own fundraising. Basically making sure that we're networking and leveraging all of the money that we can. We will continue to have the diverse streams of revenue that LaToya spoke to, continue to work on our public and private support, our collaborative partnerships, and we're fortunate to be a part of the arts and cultural millage that was just approved throughout the county, so we're a part of that, which will help us with our sustainability. Next slide. We talked about the $24 million that we've worked very hard to secure, but I want to walk you through why we're here today and what happened within that process. After or during the $24 million being raised, there was a $10 million appropriation at the federal level that we were hoping that would be approved. Due to the election and some things that happened nationwide, it did not just happen to Burston, grants and appropriations stopped at the federal level, which meant that $10 million that we had, that we were hoping that we would get, did not happen. So we had to put the project on pause. We did not stop there because that $10 million wasn't allocated. We immediately went back and started working, submitted 2 applications for a total of $12 million from the federal government. At that time, we got 6.3 approved. This is working with the City of Flint and the Friends of Burston to secure those funds. So we were able to secure half of those funds, which was the 6.3. As a part of that, then the foundation came and said they would put up 3.5, and we're here tonight, talking about that resolution for 1.5. But I want you to know that we will continue to raise money. In the resolution, you will see the word Phase 1, which will help us to complete the expansion building and the fields. We will talk about Phase 2 that will help us to restore the historical building due to a lot of the work that need to be completed in that building. So that's going to complete our presentation. Again, we have individuals here that can answer any questions, but I just want everybody in the community to know that we have individuals coming from throughout the county to Burston Fieldhouse. This is not a third ward building. This is a community building, and we're here to serve. We're prepared to answer any questions that you might have and hope to gain your support tonight.
Thank you. Madam Secretary, how much time do we have left? Right, I didn't know if my colleagues wanted to take time to have a discussion since they just did the presentation, if you wanted to wait till we got to the actual resolution, completely up to you, but we only have 4 minutes left, so I would need a motion to add a little bit more time because I know it's gonna take more than the 4 minutes.
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
I'd like to put a motion on the floor to add 15 minutes.
There's a motion to add 15 minutes, which would give us a total of 19 minutes left. Is there support? Moved and properly supported by the Councilwoman in the 4th Ward. I should have just ordered it without objection. Roll call. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
8 yes, 0 no. So, Madam Secretary, that would put us at 19 minutes. Is there anyone who would like the floor?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Burns.
Thank you. I don't know who could ask Mr. Jenkins. So you're raising money, so what is the balance that you need for your goal? This will help you get there, but what is the balance?
The balance is 17.5 million. This will help us to be about 3/4 of the way through. As I presented, what is before you tonight will be that 12.5 total with everything that we're looking for, and it'll be $5 million difference that we will continue to raise for.
So you'll have I was doing the math up here. So you're gonna have 5 million that you still will have to fundraise for?
Yes.
And that 5 million will cover what part?
That
Into phase 2 or?
Phase 2, and phase 2 is most of the renovation that has to take place, some of the things that have to take place in the historical Burston building with a number of things that we have to upgrade, but continually trying to maintain the historical nature of the building.
And when you talking about a building that old, there's some things that you're going to run into.
Yes.
That you won't know till you open it up.
Yes. Well, like I said, my past experience, Mott Community College is that old. Everything about the college we've built and tore down, myself and Mr. Larry Kohler. So we know something about 100-year-old buildings. That's why we put it last. And as we're working through, we'll make those adjustments. But that's why we're trying to maintain the historical nature of that building and doing the things that's necessary. For example, it has an old boiler system in it. So of course we want to move to the upgraded, efficient. We don't have air conditioning in that building. So those are the things that we're going to take care of, but that's why I have Mr. Kohler. He is been an architect for over 60 years. He was our facility director at the college and an architect, and we've tore down buildings and moved walls and done whatever we needed to do. So I would have not gone to Burston without him, okay?
Smart man.
Because he is an historical building person, and basically has helped us to get through some of the things that we need to get through.
So he knows what he's doing.
He definitely knows what he's doing.
And he looks like it too. You're talking and he's nodding.
And he's nodding, okay.
And that, so we have still like a $5 million short. And did this project, and I can imagine with COVID and other things that have happened, and tariffs, overruns and cost, was that a big contributing factor?
Actually, when we paused, that's when the tariffs really came about, after we had paused the project. So we have gone back. If you, we have brought the construction manager team back in, E&L, to basically go through and reassess what work needs to be done. Our goal, and they went through and reassessed, put the additional fees in that we might have to look at, and started to look. A lot of the equipment we had already purchased, so a lot of those things we already had. We were not put in a situation where we still had to order a lot of equipment. There are certain things that we still have to do, but a lot of the things we already had in place and was ready to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I yield the floor.
Come on, stand right here. I don't wanna
Is there anyone else who would like the floor? We have 15 minutes of discussion left.
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Priestley.
You know, as I said earlier, my biggest concern has always been that money isn't being spent in the Fourth Ward. You know, that we had quite a big discussion about that while I was there. But I'm so impressed by what was happening in the building. And for those people who don't know, all of the brickwork is coming from a local company here in Genesee County. It happens to be owned by someone I know, so that's how I knew that. But, so the money is staying local, and it's got such a rich history, and the fact that it has produced so many great athletes over the many, many years. My grandparents came to Flint, I think, in 1926. My mother was born here in May of 1927, and I think they came the summer, fall before that, for Buick. And I think that they have been part of the rich history of the city. So I wish we had something like that in the Fourth Ward, but we don't. All we have in the Fourth Ward is we have a private, and I'm not going to say all we have, because Boys and Girls Club of Flint is very important to this community, but we don't have a Burston. And we are very limited in that. We do have two great parks in the Fourth Ward. We have many, but the big two are Longway Park at Potter School, as well as Kearsley. Both of those need to be utilized more. There's two ball fields at Longway that aren't being utilized very often. I guess a father and son come up and throw balls every once in a while. And Mott uses the ball field at Kearsley. And but there's a soccer field down there that's not being utilized, and all of the fencing is gone from around it. But the nets are there. So I'm just really glad that we do have the opportunity to have a facility like Burston here, and it's not so far away from the Fourth Ward that kids can't get there. And it's important, I think that maybe there's a lack of awareness of what is available there for kids across the city. I don't know how much it's talked about in the schools, but so many of our city school students go to out-county schools or charter schools. So it's important that as you develop and reach out and open up, that we reach out to those. Thank you.
Well, that's our charge. And to answer the question about softball, it will be back to its original nature. Just to put that on the table, that will happen. Two questions that we get the most is about softball and swimming. Swimming will not happen, but no, that we will not have a pool until some years later. But we will not. A pool is not in this project, but all the fields that Mr. Kohler talked about is a part of that. But I do want to say that for any community, and that's why I have the fund developer here, without a great grants writer to network in partnership with the organizations and to write for money, for funds, it's impossible to do this kind of work. The Friends of Burston has worked to, I don't think you know how many hours have to go into trying to get this kind of money and writing for grants. So you need a champion, you need somebody to know what they're doing, and you need somebody to know how to write for money. And that's what I have here with us today.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during this
Madam Chair.
discussion? Adam, Councilman in the First Ward.
You to the Burston team. You guys kind of mentioned it in your presentation, but could you highlight again how many young people are currently visiting the center and what's the numbers are projected once the expansion comes?
So we have, in 2025, we have 42,000 visitors who came through that we were able to serve, but that is actually a mixture. So what I would have to do is get a specific number for you of how that breaks out into children. And then with the projection, we are looking to double that, definitely, because the numbers, when we talk about 2025, that is without the rich history of softball, right? And hundreds of people showing up every Sunday, right? We also have a partner, 475 Elite, that is a football club, and they are actually, they are actually, that's without their football program. But we have new partnerships with the Crim Fitness Foundation that we've created during this process. And we are hoping to have the Canusa games at Burston the next time they are here. And then we also have a partnership with the Flint City Bucks for them to do summer clinics with us, with our children, as well as Dynasty Sports as well. So we definitely have a significant amount of youth that make that number what it is.
Awesome. And you kind of led into my next question. Currently, how many, can you mention again how many programs are currently going?
We have more than 20 programs and activities.
And then my other question is, currently, how many jobs are going and how many will be created with the expansion and how many will be local folks that benefit for those jobs?
Yes, we have developed the program guide to get us there, because when we came in, of course, to be building a building this size, we needed to know where we were going. And we have about 84 programs, different leagues.
Can we pause the time, please? I'm sorry, really quickly. Madam Secretary, can you help us figure out what the static, what's causing the static? Thank you. We'll go ahead and start
Okay,
the time
yes.
back.
We are moving to about 84 programs with the different leagues. We've been working with different organizations to look at what they might bring. We just got through talking to the soccer league about indoor soccer, but we have a number of different programs outlined to expand to. Of course, with going from one gymnasium that we use to being able to do 3. And be able to do 1 in each one of those courts. We will be looking at volleyball. Our arts and cultural program building will maintain as our youth development programs. But we have 84 programs on paper that we're looking to move to as we start to open up.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you guys. A couple weeks ago, I had an opportunity to get a tour of the building. You're doing an amazing job. And I'm definitely in support of anything we can do to support you guys, because I also believe that once the center is up and going, it's going to be crucial to help curb violence. And centers like Burston is very important in the community to do things like that. So thank you for sharing those numbers, and you have my support. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak to this discussion item?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 2nd Ward.
Thank you. So you did mention the pool. So why don't you have a pool?
Because it's about $6 million.
$6 million to build it?
Something like that. Yeah, it's
Plus the insurance cost.
yeah, it was not. We came last. We've only been there about a year, so I won't blame it on anybody. I'll just say it wasn't in the plan to have a pool. But our executive director, that is one question that he gets. And that is something that we definitely want to talk about, because we do believe the land is available around the area to be able to do that, but basically trying to get through the buildings and what we need to do right now. But I'm pretty sure with all the questions we're getting about a pool, one day a pool will be on the schedule. But it is not in the dollars that we're talking about right now, okay? We'll send them to the Y. To use
But you need a membership to go to the Y, so that's not
in partnerships. But no, it is not. It was not as a part of the design that we're working with now. That's the only reason.
I definitely understand, but I also want to express the sentiment that it's important, for us to have pools, because Flint, we used to be rich with pools.
Yes.
All throughout Saginaw Street, they just took down the sign. Did it say McKinley Pool? It was a pool that used to be on Saginaw Street, sign only. And so they, Haskell's, used to have a pool. And, water safety is important, and it's good when our kids know how to swim and when they can just enjoy the water. I know the state police, they were, and as well as our Flint PAL, they were working on water safety. And so, we like to swim too.
Yes.
And so just want to put that on the radar for future funders and for philanthropy that's listening to this meeting. We definitely would like to invest in those, because I've seen splash parks and splash pads that were amazing in other communities. So as we build, I want to make sure that we keep a ear to the community, because we're saying pool, we're saying swim.
Yes.
Yeah, so just please keep that in mind. Let's see, what was the other thing I wanted to add? Thank you for talking about the softball field, because we definitely don't want that rich history feeling that they have been displaced.
Yes.
All right, and I believe that, I forgot my third point, but I'm happy to see this kind of investment taking place on the north side. It makes us feel good riding down Saginaw Street and seeing this big old complex, for us. So it's amazing. Oh, I remember now. And so I know I hear the councilor in the 4th Ward saying how it's nothing on the east side. You can get to anywhere in the city of Flint in 15 minutes, right? And so that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And I say that to say, I know that our partners at the MTA, they came on board this summer to provide transportation for the young people for the summer, so they can get to different various events in the summer for their out of school time. So this may be a great pivot to see how MTA can help partner with maybe providing free bus rides for our young people so they can get to these spots like Haskell, to Burston, so everyone in the community can have access. I know gas is a barrier for some, but we just want to make sure that we don't have any barriers as our young people and their families enjoy these spaces that we're investing these monumental dollars into. So so I look forward to having that conversation because we can. You know, everything is as big as our imagination. So if we can imagine it, we can conceive it. You know, somebody imagined this cell phone, you know. So I remember reading people saying, how you gonna talk to somebody and look at them at the same time? Well, was this 40 years later, here we are, and we're doing just that. So we want to continue to use our political imagination to imagine great things for our community. So thank you all for taking the lead. Thank you all for the invitations to come and see the facility. It's amazing, and I'm looking forward to playing basketball and showing people that I still got it.
Amen. Okay, and we did offer up, and I'll speak for LaToya, we did say to various council members that grant writing and writing for money is a partnership. So anything that we can do to write for money to include another partner, somebody else, we're willing to do it, okay? And we have a skilled person here, and we're willing to sit down and write partnership agreements to get funds for anybody. So all you have to do is come talk to us, and we will see, try to do whatever we can do.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak to this discussion item? Seeing as how there's no one else who wishes to speak to this discussion item, we will go ahead and close it out at 7:08 p.m.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on to our first resolution of the night, 260302, which is the grant acceptance for the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Economic Development Initiative Community Project Funding Grant Burston Fieldhouse Expansion and Renovation Project. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Priestley.
Motion to approve 260302.
There is a motion to approve Resolution 260302. Is there support?
Support.
I'm going to take third ward. Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the third ward. Is there discussion in the first round? Is there discussion in the first round? Is there discussion in the second round? Is there discussion in the second round? Seeing as how there is no discussion, this is the roll call vote to approve Resolution 260302. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. El-Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. Resolution 260302, the grant acceptance for U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Economic Development Initiative Community Project Funding Grant Burston Fieldhouse Expansion Renovation Project has been approved. Moving on to Resolution 260303, which is the General Fund Support Burston Fieldhouse Renovation Project. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Priestley.
Motion to approve.
There's been a motion to approve by the councilwoman in the fourth ward. Is there support?
Support.
Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the third ward. Is there discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Burns.
Thank you. Through you to Mr. Moore. I don't know if Mr. Moore, Mr. Borley, either one. Come on down. Mr. Moore, how are you doing this evening? I know we got the long walk down. So we're giving 1.5 million, and this would be from our general fund. Is that correct? I know you got to get to the.
Yes.
And so would this be a part of the 39 million from the ARPA funds?
I don't think it specifies that, but it could be if you wanted.
But it could. Oh.
The resolution just specifies they'll come from the general fund.
Okay, and our ARPA funds went into
The general fund.
Okay, and so our general fund, so we're looking at this, they have a $5 million need still for the community. We're only giving 1.5 million. And one thing I wish that our ARPA funds were used to where they would reach the community more, and this is a great project. So if we change this to, you stated it many times, our general fund is healthy.
Yes.
So if we changed it to 3 million, would our general fund be able to accept that?
Yes.
Thank you for that. So ARPA funds, which were put into our general funds, we know that in our community, this is a great way to see our dollars be used again, where they're visible, they're tangible, they will affect the young, the youth, our seniors, community programming. And Mr. Jenkins, I believe you set up to 84 programs that you're ready, that you can actually fund or get going. I mean, Tai Chi, it was dancing. For my kids, it was dancing. My kids did dancing, then there was boxing, they did ballet, they did tap, but there's so much more that we have at Burston, and if we have that money, our ARPA funds, I wanted to always see to be used to benefit, to help our community, so that they were tangible, that they can see them. And one thing we see is that our youth needs help. We listened to the young man Sawyer who said, I box there now. I box, my stamina's better. I have all these things about boxing has made me a better person. So I know my colleagues, I know they didn't have anything to say about the, we were just in that last round, but I don't think that we talk about funding, and we have got funding. Our general fund can absorb it. We put 39 million. This is a great use. Well, you shouldn't be nickel and dime with this project, and you still would have much more. So I'm gonna make a motion to amend the 1.5 million to 3 million to come from the general fund for Burston to increase it. Madam Chair.
There's a motion on the floor to amend the 1.5 million to 3 million by the councilwoman in the 6th Ward. Is there support?
Support.
It's moved and properly supported by the councilman in the 9th Ward. Is there discussion?
Madam Chair.
No, we need a roll call vote before we can discuss. Hold on.
There's no discussion on a motion to amend. And then after it's amended, if it's approved, then you would discuss the amended version.
Okay.
Oh, that's not gonna work for us.
No.
So this is the roll call to amend the resolution to change the amount to $3 million. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
For the sake of discussion, yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 1 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 1 no. That has been amended to 60303.1. Is there discussion on this item? I feel like we just did this all backwards, but is there discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
there needs to be a motion on the.
There absolutely does. You are correct about that. Is there a motion on 260303.1?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman Priestley.
motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve 260303.1. Is there support?
Support.
It's moved and properly supported. Is there discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Priestley.
The reason why I voted no to amend this is because we do have some standing items that could greatly affect our position. And until I have further information, I'm not willing to invest another 1.5 million at this time. That doesn't mean that in 2 months, 6 months, a year down the line, that I wouldn't be, but at this moment in time, with so many uncertainties coming up, I cannot in conscious vote as finance chair, as an accountant, as someone who understands what's going on, and I just cannot do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the first round of discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
Well, I don't know about uncertainties, but I know for certain that our children need a space and a place to go. I know that we need to provide something for our children. And this money, ARPA funds, which went into our general funds, and I don't know what secret uncertainties you have, I wish you would please kindly share them with us, because this is a project that's important. It's not limited to any side of the town, it's for all people to come and enjoy. It's a city property. It's within the city limits. We keep holding up on things, and our children can't afford for us to hold up. They just can't. We keep stalling, pushing and kicking the can down the road, and the only thing we're doing is going to funerals, seeing rest in peace t-shirts, not providing the children and students with the resources. We got 84 programs that should be funded properly. 84. There's not a day in Flint that someone isn't stabbed or gunshots have not rang out. I'm not stalling anything. And I know that I hope my colleagues, as we all spoke so fondly about Burston, will see the benefit and the value in this, that we can no longer stall. We can no longer put off. What do we think ARPA funds were for? We got them because of a global pandemic. We got them because some people didn't survive the COVID-19 flu. We have an opportunity to do something great, to do something bold, and today is the time. They need $5 more million. We technically should be giving them all the $5 million. That's what we should be doing since we're concerned about our youth. And we have such a robust fund. We just heard our CFO, our Chief Financial Officer, who stated the 1.5 is coming from the general fund and that it could absorb and still be healthy with $3 million. So that's his job to tell us, not any council person. That's the reason why he's the Chief Financial Officer. And I'm supporting this. I'm supporting it. We just had a rash of shootings. Our kids need other things to do. Downtown for Juneteenth, literally, you had one safe space, and then as we drove downtown, there were youth to the left and to the right fighting in front of the pavilion by the sign. And you get worried about our youth because they need something to do. I'm not putting off their lives in my elected seat. They're important today, they're important yesterday, they're gonna be important in 2 months and 3 months, and we need to start making some bold statements. And now is the time. Everyone up here has heard about the gunshots. We listen to the people come to the lectern and say our youth needs something, our parents need something for the children to do. And it's not just our children, we can even talk about our seniors, the programming, to keep them motivated, preventable diseases. We talk about diabetes, we talk about having strokes, we talk about moving around, doing yoga. These are things that we need, but we on this council stop this community from moving forward, and that's not our job to stop it. CFO stated we can do it. We need to be bold enough to make that vote into a yes, not a no. And that time is now, it's today. I'm voting to support this, and I hope that everyone in this council will be able to find it in their heart and in their mind that it's for the entire community, from our young to our old, that they will have programming at this facility to benefit. They shouldn't have to struggle to come here to the lectern to put a presentation when we all know and we see it what the value of Burston is. We see it. My children were benefactors of it, and I want future generations to be benefactors of it also. I will be supporting this, and I hope my colleagues will do the same. I yield the floor.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the first round of discussion for the point 1 amendment?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 2nd Ward.
Thank you. So I hear the sentiments of my colleague in the 6th Ward as well as my colleague in the 4th. But today before us, administration prepared a resolution for the 1.5 million. And I can't speak to the rest of the funds. As financial stewards of the city, we must make sure that we have the funds and that they are positioned, to hit their allotted targets. So I am totally for what Ms. Priestley said. if we have it, talking about it, bringing it back, and then passing it that way. But I'm just not comfortable just firing off a number and then passing it forward. I remember hearing Mr. Ridgway White, he was talking about investing the $30 million into, violence prevention and things of this nature. Well, clearly, Burston is violence prevention. So I don't know why this $30 million that he's referring to can't be diverted to that. We're already cash strapped in the city. We hear a lot of people say, hey, we need roofs, we need furnaces, we need this. So we have a lot of needs in the community, and I don't want to put one above the other. So I would like to, let's explore. Does this qualify for what Ridgway White said that he's willing to invest in? Part of that $30 million that he made the Facebook video and said that he's willing to contribute to the city. So let's explore other avenues before we just volunteer an additional $1.5 million that we may not have. I know that Mr. Moore, he have come to the lectern several times, and sometimes the information haven't been as accurate as we would like. So I would like to verify that before we offer up any monies and get anyone's hopes up high, that we have it to spend, because in our city, again, we're cash strapped. Yeah, we did have an influx of 95 almost million coming to the city, but we have a lot more need than we do money. So let's make sure that we're being good stewards. Let's investigate. Let's see if there are alternative sources to complement that 1.5 million. But tonight, just like Ms. Priestley said, and it's in the second ward, so I'm 100% for Burston, but I want to make sure that we're doing it right. I want to make sure that we are doing it right. So I'm for it. Let's investigate. Let's see what other monies are doing and how else we can assist. But we do not want to put the city in a financial bind when we came here tonight to spend the $1.5 million. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the first round of discussion? Anyone in the second round of discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Burns.
Mr. Moore.
I'm sorry, did you want something in the first round? I'm so sorry. No, okay. No, I thought Councilwoman Johnson reached for a mic. Go ahead,
Mr.
second
Moore.
round.
With you being the CFO, because I don't know what part where we play our positions here, you specifically stated, you've said several times, and I don't understand sometimes, and maybe I am just, I don't know. We have 1.5 million, and I don't think any of us, in that decision, this was brought by the administration, am I correct? The 1.5 million was not brought by council, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so is this going to affect us? If we took it to 3 million, can we absorb it out the general fund?
Yes, we could. My forecast for the end of the FY26 fiscal years, we'll probably have about 44 million at the end of the year.
So asking for 1.5 million, because they're finding reasons to not do it. This is the time to invest in our children. I mean, when you find reasons to not do it, it's irritating to me, because we've all had gunshots 2 doors down from us on our own streets, at the end of our driveways, and at our own houses. And so it's not Ridgway Mott's money, that's something different. You still have a balance that is going to be due, even if we give the 1.5 million or 3.5 million. These are two different things. That's apples and oranges. His was speaking to violence. This is talking about programming for youth, for seniors, for everyone. 84 programs. It's for everyone. It's community-wide, as it should be. Not limit to boundaries, and it's not limit to wards. And so we will have, at the fiscal year end, about 44 million. 44 million. And we have the opportunity today to take a burden off of Burston to up the 1.5 to 3 million. Doesn't take much to do that, to come together to do this for the community. But they're finding reasons, and I want everyone to see who's voting no, who's finding reasons, because it's election season. It's election season. Who's voting no? These are our kids' future. And Ridgeways is not the same as this. It's not. We shouldn't ask, he has a right specifically with his philanthropic dollars to place them where he wants. This is for programming for everything. I don't know if we have too many seniors doing drive-bys. I haven't seen that. But they sure would do dancing and Tai Chi and yoga. They absolutely would. So I will be supporting this because our budget can absorb it, and we need to take care of it now, not tomorrow, not 2 months, not 7 months from now. Find a reason to support it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the second round of discussion? Councilwoman Priestley. Mr. Jenkins, if you could join us at the lectern, please.
Yes.
So, Scott, how much money is it going to take if we approve the 1.5 with Mott's 3.5, that's $5 million. How much to complete phase 1, which is, and reiterate what is phase 1?
Phase 1 is the completion of the new building and the fields. According to our numbers, we should be able to open the building. The fields will probably be open in about 1.5 years as we have to work on getting it all in and leveling out. But that will take care of what we call phase 1, the expansion building and the field development.
So there's no real big rush on the additional 1.5 at this time because you can open.
Yes, I can tell you that the Arts and Cultural Building is open, but I can also tell you that that is an old building, and the way the construction was laid out actually put that building in jeopardy. Had it been reversed, because we got boilers in that building, we got no air conditioning, and so we're gonna have a new building sitting here, an old building, and what we're trying to do is make old as good as new, okay? And basically trying to bring those two together. It just happened that that was the construction process. Again, I'm not going back and talk.
Phase 2.
Phase 2.
And it's going to be at least 1.5 years down the road before you start that, is that correct?
No, actually, we've started some of the work in terms of upgrading that building. We have some of the air-conditioned units now because some of the things, remember in the construction process, we talk about phase 1 and phase 2. But in order to leverage money, some of the equipment that was bought as a part of phase 1. So we're sitting with equipment that we could put in the building, but we don't have the funds. And the funds that has been given to us by some other sources actually wants to fund the new building and the fields, and everybody so the older historical building is left there. My goal is to try to move that building to be as good as the new building. And yes, if we can do that now, that leverage dollars, when we get the contractor back, we've had to pay more money because we paused, okay? And now we're having to put more money in to bring the contractors back to re-up. If we could get any of that equipment and things put into our phase 2, that would be money saved.
Thank
Time
you.
and effort saved.
Is there anyone else in the second round of discussion? Anyone else? Seeing as how there is no one else in the second round discussion, I will go ahead and take some time. So I think there is no question that everyone here wholeheartedly supports Burston Fieldhouse. I did do the math here, right? So the 6.3 that you're going to get from HUD is going to cover phase 1. The 3.5 that you're going to get from Mott is going to cover phase 1. The 1.5 that you're going to get from the city is going to cover phase 1, and then the 1.18 that you've already raised is going to all cover phase 1. So tonight, with what is originally set before us, which was phase 1 construction, that will be completely taken care of if it is voted in the affirmative for the 1.5. I do understand how construction works, and I understand the urgency. I do also understand from what you said is that the money that you will get tonight will cover all of phase one, and you will be able to open up and operate with some of those great programs, correct? Okay, so I just want to make sure that we're clear that with the 1.5 that was already proposed, it's going to close the gap that you need, and you will be able to open up, and the programming will still be able to be offered. I also want to point out that Dr. Lewis had a great point about the fact that Mott has offered to do money for community violence prevention, safety, whatever. And so I think one of the things that certainly falls under it is all of the programming that you are offering at Burston can help to curb and prevent violence, as it gives opportunities for youth to have something to do. So I do think that that would be something that we could put money in, and even if it's just toward the programming. I'm also clear that, like you said, you have that historic part that you still need to open up, and that is going to take more dollars to open up that historic part. But what we have in front of us tonight, the plan that we had in front of us tonight, the proposal and the language that we had in front of us tonight was for the 1.5. We do not have anything in front of us tonight that speaks to what you would do with the additional dollars specifically. I look forward to supporting Burston tonight with the 1.5, and I also look forward to supporting you moving forward with additional dollars that you might need for the historic building. But on tonight, I am prepared to support you getting through the phase one with the 1.5. And at this time, I will yield my time. Madam Clerk, this is the roll call vote for 260303.1, which is to give $3 million from the general fund to Burston Fieldhouse.
Ms. Mashat?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
No.
Ms. Johnson? No. Ms. Priestley? No. Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Vote is 3 yes, 4 no, 1 abstention.
The vote is 3 yes, 4 no, and 1 abstention. So that takes us back, so that motion for the $3 million has failed. That takes us back to 260303. What is the we already had a motion for that, right? And we were in the first round of discussion still? Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
So because the motion to amend passed, what you can do is reconsider the original item and then vote on it. So you'll have to vote to, well, just.
No, it just goes back to the original motion.
Yep.
Yeah, it goes back to the original one. So back to 260303.
Who has spoken in the first round? Point of order.
I believe Councilwoman Burns.
Okay, thank you.
And so we're still in the first round of discussion.
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman Priestley.
Like I've said before, I totally 100% support this 1.5 million. I will support future dollars if I'm elected and it comes back before us. But at this moment, you definitely have my yes vote on this 1.5 to complete phase one. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the first round of discussion? All right, seeing as how there is no one else in the first round of discussion, I will go ahead and take my time. As I've stated, I think it is clear that everyone up here does support Burston. And if there was a resolution to come before us for an additional 1.5 with what that 1.5 would be used for, then I would happily support that. I yield my time in the first round. Going to the second round of discussion, is there any discussion? Any discussion in the second round? This is the roll call vote for Resolution 260303, which is the general fund support of Burston Fieldhouse renovation project. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. That resolution is approved. Thank you. Moving on to closed session pursuant to MCL 15.2681E and MCL 15.2681H of the Open Meetings Act. The Department of Law requests closed session to address the Flint City Council in order to discuss one case number 424 CV 11603 Hinton et al. v. Gaspar et al. Case number 2, 424 CV 12041 Christian versus City of Flint et al. Case number 3, 241211857 Grossbeck versus City of Flint, and for a personal matter. Madam Attorney.
Sorry. Thank you. As you stated through the chair, could we please go into closed session to discuss these items?
All right, thank you. This is a roll call vote to go into closed session. What?
Did we make a motion?
Is there a motion to go into closed
Make a
session?
motion to go into closed session.
Moved and probably supported by the councilman in the first ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Machado?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Oh, sorry. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. The time is 7:37 p.m. We will go into closed session.
Closed sessions, because it keeps you from even talking about different things. I don't know why she's acting so bougie. She better bring that down 1,000. How about that? She thinks she the cat's me out.
Some birthday cake to read my significant other baby.
Well, don't do that. So you eat the cookies.
Yeah.
She gave me a good cookie.
Yeah. But the real cookie is when she get up from behind the desk. A hug once a year. And that's something once a birthday. You need to show up at the space. Yeah, I was waiting for you to come over May, but if you probably come, it would have been the worst fight in history. And everybody looked at a helicopter circling the building on Saturday.
Okay, you gonna let me know?
Never do.
No, we don't. Remember I asked that question? We don't.
compared to out there. What did my nephew say?
City attorney rules the verdict. Are we guilty or not?
We found you guilty of all charges, RL. You're guilty of all charges. How's your back? They're gone.
That works for me. Let me tell you, Pam being gone works for me. You finna get Mike.
Boy, first of all, you steal my pen.
I don't care.
All right, the time is 8:37 p.m. on Wednesday, August 19th. I hereby call this special city council meeting back to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Halloumi. Dr. Lewis.
Present.
Ms. Johnson.
Present.
Ms. Priestley.
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett? You have 6 members present?
We have 6 members present after our closed session. Members of council. Before us, we have 2 add-on resolutions pertaining to our closed session. I will order both add-ons without objection. Resolution requesting approval of the proposed settlement in Groesbeck v. City of Flint, COF, will be add-on number 1.
Madam Chair.
Yes. You want me to do it in a different order?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay, thank you. Add-on number 1. And then the second resolution requesting approval of the proposed settlement, Hinton et al., Gaspar et al., Christian, City of Flint et al., will be add-on number 2.
You're ordering those without objection?
I started with that.
That's
You missed it. Your time to object has passed.
I wasn't objecting. I was just questioning. I
You
didn't hear
missed it anyway.
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman Priestley.
yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve both add-on 1 and add-on 2 as consent agenda.
There's a motion to approve add-on 1 and 2 as a part of the consent agenda. Is there support? Moved and properly supported by the councilman in the first ward.
No discussion.
I know no discussion, but if I already ordered it without objection, why are we making motions?
This is to approve.
Oh, you said approve. I'm sorry. Thank you. Roll call, Madam Clerk. The smaller one was 1. Yeah, I did the same pause, but she put them together.
No, I was just
Okay.
wondering if there was discussion on the item.
No.
I did it as consent, because we didn't have a consent agenda on the other part of it.
If you
If we have
want,
to do it separate, we'll separate them. That's okay. Whatever's easiest.
I mean, if she's putting them together, I guess we can do discussion if anybody wants to do discussion. Do you need them separate in order to do discussion? I mean, they can discuss both if they need. Okay, so roll call, Madam Clerk.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes. Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
Vote is 6 yes, 0 no. Add-on 1 and 2 have been approved.
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn. Moved and properly supported by the councilman in the first ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is absent. Ms. Burns is absent. Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
Vote is 6 yes, 0 no's. 8:41 p.m. Wednesday, August 19th. The special city council meeting is adjourned.
Give me 2 seconds to.
Huh? Okay, we just need like 2 minutes for Councilwoman Priestley to get her affairs in order. The entire agenda, so if nobody separates, you can go home. But if it is separated, then that is what we have to do.
I know.
Hello. No, I'm grown. I don't gotta do that. Hello. Yeah. Do you have the other phone number?
Hey, I have a question.
Thank you. That's what I was getting ready to say. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Councilwoman Johnson, thank you. Councilwoman Lewis, thank you. Councilman Kathleen, thank you.
I have a question.
I wish I could sit at home and be a house mom. No, I probably could, but I choose not to. I choose not to.
The time is now 8:44. And I'm calling this meeting of the Finance Committee back into session. Roll call as soon as our clerk can do that.
Mr. Alamin? Dr. Lewis?
Present.
Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett? Present. You have 6 members present.
We have 6 members present. Continuing where we were, we are at the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
There's a motion by the councilwoman in the 7th ward to approve the consent, to send the consent agenda to council.
I'm sorry, yes, I would like to make a motion to send the consent agenda to council. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the 1st ward. Are there any separations?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I do have something I need to separate.
Okay.
I need to separate 260262.
Okay.
Actually, no, Madam Chair, I don't need to separate that. I'm
Okay.
good.
Madam Clerk.
I'm asking the council to separate 260261 at the request of the administration.
Okay. Are there any other separations? Are there any other separations? Seeing none, the consent agenda will consist of the following resolutions as soon as I tear it apart. 260262, approved subrecipient agreement, Soberhood opioid remediation services. 26029, no, that wasn't, it was, she separated, 260293, accept fiscal year 26 Michigan Department of Treasury financially distressed cities, villages, and townships grants. 260294, contract elevator service LLC, elevator maintenance and repair services. 260295, contract with Seawick Construction Company, general contractor services. 260296, contract with Pomps Tire Services. 260297, contract Trio Paint, general contractor services. And 260298, Detroit Salt Company for bulk salt. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in.
Can I put on
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. I'm going to ask the people in the back to please be quiet because we are having trouble hearing. Thank you very much. Our one and only separation is 260261, appropriate general fund city-hosted events, create safe spaces, Flint Youth Summer 2026. I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Since they, administration separate, I'll just make a motion to leave it here.
There's a motion?
No? Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, go ahead. Why are we separating it?
They requested it be postponed indefinitely because it needs to be changed.
I make a motion to postpone indefinitely.
There's a motion on the floor. So postpone indefinitely 260261 by the councilwoman in the 7th ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is absent. Ms. Burns is absent. Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. That is postponed indefinitely. Our last item on the agenda is a discussion item for public safety funding organizations by Council President Mashat. Would you like to take it over?
Yes, thank you. After conferring
20
with the city council vice president, we are going to move that item to special affairs.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion on the floor from Councilwoman 7th Ward, supported by Councilman in the 1st Ward, to adjourn.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Jarrett? Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Yes. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. We are adjourned at 8:50.
All right, you too.